town of Sleepy Hollow, with its Dutch customs and local ghost stories. Thanks to the legend of Sleepy Hollow and the village's roots in American history and folklore, Sleepy Hollow is considered one of the most haunted places in the world.
I was never one for ghost stories, not until I happened upon a village called Sleepy Hollow. It's a dreamy place, a place of superstition. A superstition is a fear that something, like if you walk under a ladder, you will get hit. It was here I heard about a man called Ichabod Crane. A lanky fellow and an absent-minded whistling. He is very tall. His long nose is buried in the bush. Ichabod was very tall with long arms and hands that dangled a mile out of his sleeves. His head was small, with huge ears and big green eyes. One lady shuffled by. Good day, schoolmaster.
How's your day, ma'am?
Did you hear the Wailing Widow last night? You seem quite interested in your book.
Yes, Mr. Witchcraft. Fascinating.
Need no wishes here, only ghosts. Did you hear the Wailing Widow last night?
No, but I did hear the wind in the trees.
That wasn't the wind. That was the widow's ghost. She always shoots when a terrible storm is coming.
The woman walked on. Ichabod looked up at the darkening sky and shivered.
Scene 2. Action. Ichabod had just given singing lessons to Katrina at the Van House Manor. So would you like to play for some too?
I would be delighted.
While Katrina toys teeth, Ichabod devours the big slice of honey cake. So are you enjoying Sleepy Hollow?
Yes, quite.
And where are you staying for this week?
With the Van Rippers.
You don't mind carrying all of your belongings from place to place?
Oh, that's the list, schoolmaster. My wages are so low that I must rely on the kindness of my student parents to house me.
A wage is money. Someone who is paid for her or him. Ichabod is interrupted by the thundering hooves. Katrina leaps up. That must be from bowling some sticky riding. His black horse, Daredevil, is the finest in the valley. Ichabod looks at Katrina adoringly and she dashes off. Scene 3. Action. Ichabod is sitting with his host, Mr. Van Rippers.
Katrina, her father, had
Should I attend?
Of course, I'll give it to you.
Well, Brom won't be there. He said if you come near the tree, he'd flat me like a pancake. Brom may be rough, but still, he's just a joker. What? But then again, once he started courting Katrina, no other fellow dared come near. Well, I'm merely giving Katrina singing lessons, but I can't help noticing her many charms. And that her family has quite a fortune. I suppose Brom should have some competition, don't you think? Sure, you're a worthy lad. Take my old horse, Gunpowder, and go to the party.
arrives at the party. Wide-eyed, he stares at the table laden with ginger cakes and pumpkin pie. Ichabod sinks his teeth into an apple pastry. The roof falls down in front of his face. Just then, he sees a broad-shouldered man strut into the room. She and Ichabod lock eyes.
Strut is to walk away in a proud way.
Good evening, from Ichabod. That Brom looks ready for a fight. But Brom's more mischievous than mean.
Mischievous means acting in a playful way that can be harmful or not.
Brom walks up to Katrina.
What is that overgrown grasshopper doing?
The schoolmaster, who's an honor
Ha! Honored guest? He's got dinner for food where his ears should be shovels for feet.
Oh, Brown, you're just jealous. Scene 5. Action. The guests dance merrily to the lively sounds of a fiddle.
Here, Katrina, may I have a stand?
Katrina glances slyly at Ron. Why, certainly, Mr. Crane. As Ichabod dances, his long limbs fly around the room like an octopus in a tornado. Katrina laughs with delight. As she spins, she sees Brom Bones rooting into the corner.
Ghost of the War. In 1790, when this tale takes place, America was a brand new country. It had just won independence from Great Britain in the American Revolution. Many ghost stories of the time had to do with losses suffered during the war.
Scene 6. Action.
Later that night, Ichabod joins a group of guests by the fire.
In these parts, Mr. Crane, you must take care to be a decent person. Those who aren't are carried away by ghouls in the night. Many ghouls haunt Sleepy Hollow. There's the old Dutchman who walks the docks, and the woman in white, you can hear her crying on cold nights. But no ghost compares to the Headless Horseman. The Headless Horseman. He is said to be the ghost of a soldier whose head was blown clean off by a cannonball during the Revolutionary War. His body buried in the churchyard. Every night he rides in search of his head. So he cannot rest until he finds it. So take care not to be out on the road at the witching hour.
Witching hour happens in the middle of the night when something magical happens.
I once met him on the road. I called to him, "Show me your face, good man."
The room was silent, all were listening.
When he turned, there was nothing there, only the stump of a neck. Heavens! We galloped over hill and swamp. We reached the old church bridge. And that's when the horseman...
What? When the horseman what?
Turned into a skeleton, threw me into the brook, and with a clap of thunder sprang over the treetops.
Oh my!
I will never forget it.
Brom rises and all eyes turn to him.
I, too, have seen the Headless Horseman.
What did you do?
I wasn't afraid. I offered to listen for a glass of cider.
Well, did you win?
I would have been, but just as we came to the old church bridge, the Headless Horseman vanished in a flash of fire.
Ah, yes. It is said that the Headless Horseman cannot pass the old church bridge.
So if the horseman comes after you, head for the bridge. If only you can reach the bridge, you'll be safe.
On his way home that night, Ichabod, pale as a tombstone, trots along on gunpowder. The shadows are long on the moonlight. The rod flinches.
Take care not to be on the roadway at the witching hour.
Keep it together, Ichabod.
Suddenly, there's a rustling in the bushes. Something huge appears in the shadows.
Every night he rides in search of his head.
Ichabod's hands tremble as he clutches the reins.
Who's there?
Figures atop his powerful horse.
That's okay. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
I say, sir, who are you?
Figures does not respond. Ichabod kicks gunpowder and the horse takes off. When Ichabod looks back over his shoulder, he is horror-struck by what he sees chasing him.
The Headless Horseman!
The head that should be resting on his shoulders hangs from the saddle in the form of a fiery jack-o'-lantern.
Fly, Gunpowder, fly!
Away they dash, sparks flying on his gunpowder tubes.
If only you can reach the bridge, you'll be safe.
The church bridge!
Ichabod crashes violently in the air.
Now, go, Gunpowder!
The gunpowder tubes pound as they cross the bridge. Ichabod looks back again, expecting the Headless Horseman to vanish. But then he sees the ghoul raise an arm and hurl his head at him! All goes dark.
Oh.
Scene 8. Action. Guests gather for the wedding of Brown Bones and Katrina. The villagers sit by the fire telling tales to the new schoolmaster.
The next morning, Gunpowder wandered home, but Ichabod did not return.
What happened to him?
Nobody knows. A search led to the church bridge. There, next to the brook, we found Ichabod's hat, and close beside it, a shattered pumpkin. Mr. Crane was never found. It is said that on quiet evenings you can hear the ghost of Ichabod Crane whistling near the schoolhouse.
Brown Bones chuckles to himself. Others heard that Ichabod was alive and well, just scared out of town by the ghost. They suspected that perhaps the Brown Bones knew more of this matter than he chose to tell.